Welcome back to AgriTalk, day number 2 of the Farm Progress Show in Decatur, Illinois. We are broadcasting from the Syngenta tent, and joining us now is Matt Jungmann, National Events Manager for Farm Progress. And I mentioned that you look pretty calm, so that means things are going relatively smoothly. No major disasters for you to deal with?
No major disasters. Everything is, in something this big, there are systems and processes to take care of a lot of things. There are things going on, but nothing major, nothing that we don't have a plan for anyway. Everything's working as well as it can with the conditions we have.
I would say yesterday's opening day crowd was a little above average for an opening day crowd.
Yesterday was a very good Tuesday. It wasn't a record breaker or anything along those lines, but it was above average. It was an excellent Tuesday, considering what the forecast was, that it was going to be hot. That crowd from 8 o'clock till 2 o'clock in the afternoon was really pretty impressive. It was shoulder to shoulder out there in the streets in some places.
I wondered how quickly it might thin out in the afternoon. They hung in there pretty well.
Yeah, they hung in really well. And as we've gone along, there are more and more air-conditioned tents. There are more, exhibitors are getting better and better at having a Farm Progress show at the end of August. And, we're not in an air-conditioned tent here, but it's comfortable. This is not an unbearable place to be and sit and visit and talk about new products and technologies.
Yeah, and the folks at Syngenta this year added a snow cone machine to their tent, and they told me the line was practically out of the tent. Good idea.
Turns into a management problem.
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, the breeze, which we have again today, fortunately, has made it much more comfortable than we might have expected.
Yeah, I was expecting I've been kind of expecting all along for my phone to pop up and tell me we're under heat advisory, but we're not. The wind, it's been a breeze. It's getting pretty windy now, and that's just fine. We'll take that. It would be a lot different if it was really high humidities and the air was still. It'd be awfully uncomfortable. But this is really good if you can find a shady spot.
Hard to tell. This is typically the biggest day attendance-wise. It's obviously already a good crowd. Hard to tell if it's that much bigger yet than yesterday, but it's going to be very good, obviously.
It's going to be very good. We're looking forward to a good day. We can tell pretty early on. We opened the overflow parking at exactly the same time. We got the main lot parked more efficiently. You can just tell. I was in a 40-foot lift over the main gate at 8 o'clock when the gates opened, and that was kind of a cool vision to see all this flood of people coming in. So it's certainly a good crowd.
Yeah, I walked in this morning here. You were coming down out of the air and just landing about that time. The tractor pull went well last night?
Tractor pull went well last night. That's a really nice addition. As more and more people make a 2-day trip out of the show. As the show gets bigger, it's harder to see in one day. It's nice to have these outdoor events going on. It's nice to have these after-hours events going on between the tractor pull and then tonight's concert where Chris Cagle is on property. He's kind of undercover and checking the show out right now.
Oh, great. That's always a relief when your talent is here, right?
Yes, let's keep him here. He doesn't get to leave now.
We're talking with Farm Progress Show Manager Matt Jungmann on day number 2 of the Farm Progress Show. As you kind of look at how things have been able to flow as far as getting everybody around and people in and out, do you think it has gone well so far?
The joke that my host farmer in Grand Island, Nebraska, Roger Libby, says is everything's falling apart according to plan. It's working just great. Yeah, the traffic flow is working. The need for the overflow parking comes from that annex out there. That's kind of a change in our structure and our management. And, that show out there and just that annex is bigger than our Hay Expo. It's bigger than some farm shows out there. So it's taken a lot more effort than maybe we even planned on for those 75 extra exhibitors outside the fence. But it's working. It's all working well.
How much have you heard about not having the harvest demonstrations?
Nobody's really all that surprised. I don't think it's breaking news that the corn is going to be late this summer. The irony of it, and the only thing that people say about it is, it's just too bad that this weather we're having right now, if we couldn't have just switched it. If we'd have had a few weeks like this in June or July, we'd be doing some different things at the show.
Yeah, it just came a little too late for the crops to be ready here at the end of August. So as you look to the middle day today and then tomorrow, usually a lighter crowd. That's actually a good day to come to the Farm Progress
It is,
show.
and it looks like it's going to be the coolest day. I mean, that Thursday always stacks up to be the best day to come to the show. That's the day that you can get around here really easy. There are golf carts available to rent on Thursday usually, and so it's a good day to come. I guess I never understand why the crowd is so light on a Thursday.
When you work year-round for a whole year to get a show ready. Does 3 days go by pretty fast for you?
It in some ways yes, and in other ways no. I mean, you're always worried that something's going to happen, somebody's going to get hurt, things like that. It's kind of like party planning. You work all the prep for it, and then when it hits, you want to make sure that everything goes off perfectly. So some things just go on forever because you just want everything to be over and safe. And in other cases, it just flies by, especially from 6 in the morning until noon. I'm just bang, bang, bang through things, and then the afternoon drags on a little bit.
So when you look at today would be your test on your traffic flow and your parking. You mentioned yesterday maybe get a little rust off, and things seem to be. I thought we got in actually, I think, better today than we did yesterday.
That's what I've heard from everybody, and I think the crowd came in at the same pace. It's just that these guys haven't done it for 103 weeks. And so they have to get back into the groove, and then everything the system runs right on Wednesday and Thursday. And Thursday you'll be able to fly in here just without any backups probably at all.
What are you hearing about how things are going in Boone this year, where it'll be next year?
Well, they had a big windstorm, took down a building, damaged some bins, took down some of the power lines. So they had a big windstorm go through there, and it took down a lot of the crops. So it was kind of a tough year in Boone. The upside at Boone is that over the course of the summer, all the paving on all the streets was accomplished. So that was certainly a big plus. And if you think about the show we're having right now, if those streets were gravel or dirt, how dusty would it be? How miserable would it be? It's so nice to have that hard surface on the streets. And we're excited to go back to Boone and have 2 full permanent show sites, all the way from one end to the other, full of asphalt and concrete roads.
I was trying to explain and describe to someone yesterday about a show. It was in Taylorville, Illinois, not too far from here. I think it was like 78, 79, somewhere there. The wind blew, and it was so dusty. I mean, you couldn't hardly go outside without your eyes just getting, you have to close your eyes. It was coming so hard. That's how it used to be sometimes, yep. The conditions we dealt with.
Yeah, and we even had one of those last year at Husker Harvest Days where you literally couldn't see because of the wind and the dust. But it's this just makes life so much easier in so many ways. It's hard to quantify it.
The expanded exhibit field, where you actually kind of can see some exhibits before you even get on to the official side, I guess, exhibit field. How's that working out?
That's working out very well. That's an experiment for us. We did not know how that would work. In the old days, before we had fences and roads and things, we just keep bolting streets on, just keep adding streets. Now we're a little more confined and bound. So having that activity going on outside the admission gates, it's gone very well. The exhibitors seem happy. They were well warned ahead of time of exactly what they were getting, so there aren't any surprises out there. And the crowds are finding their way to it. Yeah. And considering how much more space there is to spread people out, that speaks well to the big crowd we had yesterday, because it was still tight in here.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people at those exhibits outside of before you go through the admission gate. So obviously that is working for you, and something that I guess you'll keep in mind for the future.
As needed, yeah. We don't know exactly what the future holds, but that's certainly working out to be a viable option.
How has your so-called kind of a stage presentation in the field worked? What you replacing the harvest demonstration?
People like to see the machines work. They like to see them pick corn and turn dirt and make smoke and do that kind of thing. And so, we didn't necessarily expect huge crowds out there, and we've had nice crowds. But, rather, if you could be in here and talk to people, or go out there and sit in the sun on bleachers, you're I don't blame anybody for not going out there.
I guess if you try to find a positive side to that, not having the field demonstrations, the positive side is probably it's kept more people on the exhibit field and in displays like this.
Yeah, that's usually a big complaint from every company except the iron folks, the folks that actually participate in the demos, that when the demos start, the exhibit field clears out and there's nobody to talk to. Well, Mother Nature took care of that this year.
And I haven't seen did not get to all the show yesterday, but I did see a good crowd around the horse demonstration.
The horse demonstration went well. The cattle handling demonstration went well. The ride and drives are getting great participation. We have those in 2 different locations around the grid. All those interactive things. Case IH has a great arena show, and so does John Deere's got a nice air-conditioned presentation tent. All those extra features that all these exhibitors do are all being taken advantage of.
I thought you made a good point earlier. The exhibitors are starting to adjust to the the conditions of late August.
Yes. I mean, the benefits of being at the end of August are well documented. That our attendance has gone up significantly by putting the show in a window when the farmers have a better shot to be able to come. And, a Farm Progress show at the end of September, you'd throw your entire closet into the car because you didn't know what you were going to get. Now it's either going to be hot or it's going to be nice, and you've come to terms with that.
Yeah, used to pack for all seasons coming to the Farm Progress Show. All right, good to see you, and we'll talk again tomorrow on the final day.
Looking forward to it. Thank you, Mike.